Let me paint a situation that almost every Spanish learner has lived. You are talking with someone in Spanish. They are friendly, they are explaining something. The conversation is flowing, but suddenly you look at the time. You have to go. You are late. You are stressed. You need to interrupt. But how? You don't want to sound rude. You don't want to cut them off. You don't know the culturally appropriate phrase. And in English, you'd simply say, "Hey, I'm sorry, I really need to run." But in Spanish, your mind goes blank. So, what do? You stay. You smile, you nod, and you pretend you are fine, even though you are already late. Because you don't know how to end the conversation assertively and respectfully. Or maybe you've lived this situation. Someone says something you don't agree with. Not offensive, but wrong. Not harmful, but not correct. And you want to say it gently. I don't think so. I see it differently. I disagree, but respectfully. But instead, you freeze. You stay silent. You let the moment pass. Not because you don't know Spanish, but because you don't know how to express disagreement politely and culturally appropriately. And here's the secret almost nobody tells you. Fluency isn't knowing every word. Fluency is knowing how to act and what to say in real life situations, especially the uncomfortable ones. And that is why assertiveness in Spanish will be the skill that defines your fluency in 2026. Welcome back to Spanish Confidence Lab, the space where we talk honestly about what actually blocks your voice in Spanish and the surprising emotional tools that help you unlock it. I'm Raquel, and today we are diving into something that very few people teach, but that every fluent speaker uses without realizing it. Because here's the thing, grammar helps you build sentences, vocabulary helps you understand the word, but assertiveness? Assertiveness is what helps you exist in Spanish. And that's where fluency starts. So let's talk about why these everyday uncomfortable situations, like interrupting, disagreeing, asking for help, are actually the moments where your fluency is born. Now, let's be honest. Most learners don't freeze because they lack vocabulary. They freeze because they don't know how to navigate a situation. And when you don't know the social choreography, your brain hits the panic button, even if your Spanish is actually good. Think about it. You know the words for "I need to leave." But if you don't know how to say it in a warm, polite, and respectful way, probably your mouth will stay shut. Or maybe you know the structure for disagreement. But if you don't know the culturally soft way to express it, you'll avoid saying anything at all. So the problem isn't linguistic, it's relational. And this brings us naturally to something nobody talks about: assertiveness. Assertiveness is one of the most misunderstood language skills. People think it's confidence or extroversion or being good at small talk, but that's not it. Assertiveness in Spanish simply means expressing your needs clearly, protecting your boundaries politely, and navigating delicate moments without freezing. It's the skill that lets you stay in the conversation even when the situation becomes awkward, fast, or emotionally loaded. And once you realize that fluency is not perfect sentences, but I know what to do when things get uncomfortable, everything changes. But to really understand this shift, we need to talk about the myths that keep learners quiet. Myth number 1: if I speak perfectly, I'll sound polite. Si hablo perfectamente, sonaré educado. No, politeness in Spanish has nothing to do with perfect grammar. It comes from tone, phrasing, and social awareness. A simple sentence, even if you say it imperfectly, will help you sound polite. Perdón, ¿puedo decir algo? Is more fluent, more natural, and more polite than staying silent because you are afraid of making a mistake. Myth number 2: native speakers will think I am rude. Los hablantes nativos pensarán que no soy educado. Not if you use the right phrases. Assertive learners are easier to talk to than silent learners, even if the grammar is not perfect. Because communication can be achieved if we strive for clarity. If we just remain silent, it will be impossible to convey a message clearly. Myth number 3: I need advanced vocabulary to express disagreement. Necesito vocabulario avanzado para poder expresar desacuerdo. No, you need softeners, not advanced words. Phrases like, I think I see it differently. I'm not sure, but I have another idea. These are fluency gold. Alright, let's get practical, because this is where fluency becomes something you can do, not something you wait to feel ready for. And remember, these aren't fancy phrases. These are tools for real-life situations, starting with the ones we all panic about. Situation A: interrupting politely when you need to leave. Interrumpir educadamente cuando tienes que irte. We all dread this moment, right? But once you have the words, it stops feeling scary. Try phrases like, Perdona, tengo que irme ya, pero me encantó hablar contigo. Disculpa que te interrumpa, pero se me hace tarde. Perdón, me encantaría seguir platicando, pero tengo que irme. Perdona, tengo que irme ya, pero me encantó platicar contigo. These aren't just sentences. They are social exits that feel natural and warm in Spanish. And sometimes the challenge isn't leaving. Sometimes the challenge is staying and expressing disagreement. Situation B: disagreeing respectfully. Estar en desacuerdo respetuosamente. This one terrifies people. Why? Because in many cultures, disagreement feels confrontational. But in Spanish, there are incredibly soft ways to do this. Listen to the tone. Disculpa, pero creo que lo veo un poco diferente. No estoy del todo de acuerdo, pero entiendo tu punto. Tengo una opinión diferente. ¿Puedo compartirla? See how gentle that is? Assertive but not aggressive. Situation C: asking for clarification. Pedir una aclaración. You are following the conversation. You are doing fine. And then one word throws you off. Don't freeze. Here are a few simple phrases you can use right away. Because when you don't understand, the only mistake is pretending you do. ¿Puedes repetirlo, por favor? ¿Puedes hablar más despacio? ¿Qué significa esta palabra? ¿Puedes explicarlo de otra manera? These phrases are fluency boosters, not signs of failure. Situation D. Expressing difficulty without sounding insecure. Expresar dificultades sin sonar inseguro. Sometimes you just need a buffer, a way to breathe, think, and continue. Estoy tratando de entender. Dame un momento, por favor. Creo que no lo entendí bien. Dame un segundo. Necesito un poco más de tiempo para procesarlo. These aren't excuses. They are tools that keep you engaged because the goal isn't to be perfect. The goal is to stay open, stay calm, and keep speaking. Situation E. Receiving corrections without shame. Recibir correcciones sin vergüenza. And last but not least, how to take corrections without shrinking. Because this is emotional maturity in any language. So you could say, gracias por la corrección, me ayuda muchísimo. ¿Puedes repetir cómo se dice correctamente? O gracias por corregirme, aprendo mucho así. This tells your brain corrections are collaboration, not criticism. Now, let's put all of this into action and start the new year with something simple but powerful. Your own safety phrase bank. It's a set of go-to phrases tailored to you, so you can interrupt, disagree, and stay polite without freezing. Your task will be to write 10 sentences that make you feel safe in Spanish. They can be ways to interrupt softly, ways to disagree respectfully, ways to ask for help, ways to buy time, or ways to exit a conversation. And just to make this easier, here's a sample safety phrase bank you can't start using today. 1. Dame un momento, por favor. 2. Perdona que te interrumpa, pero tengo que irme. 3. Sí, entiendo tu punto, pero creo que yo lo veo diferente. 4. No entiendo esta parte, pero sigue, quiero continuar. 5. Espera, estoy pensando. 6. ¿Podrías repetir eso más despacio? 7. Perdón, ¿te puedo dejar un segundo? 8. Muchas gracias por la corrección, me ayuda mucho. 9. No estoy del todo de acuerdo. 10. Disculpa, necesito un momento para procesarlo. Once you have your list, you'll notice something powerful. Because fluency is not passive, it's trained. You won't just know Spanish, you'll know how to exist in Spanish. And that is fluency. So here's the truth. You don't need more vocabulary to be fluent in 2026. You need more ways to navigate human moments because you become fluent when you know how to handle real conversations with interruptions, disagreements, requests for help, or even moments when your brain freezes. These aren't obstacles. They are invitations to develop the skill that will finally unlock real fluency. Assertive communication. Now, I love to hear from you. Which assertive phrase will you add to your safety phrase bank this week? ¿Qué frase asertiva agregarás a tu banco de frases de seguridad esta semana? Tell me in the comments. And if you haven't subscribed yet, this is your reminder. Every week, we go deeper into the emotional side of fluency, so you can finally speak Spanish with confidence. Not someday, but now. Nos vemos en el próximo episodio. Hasta pronto.